right, Nocturnal News. First and foremost, welcome to the first episode of Nocturnal NightWave. I'm so incredibly excited for tonight's broadcast, and if you're joining us live, thank you for being here. Leave a comment below. I know your time is valuable, and I promise your time will not be wasted tonight. We're gonna look. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to provide the best proof and evidence you've ever seen, or probably never seen, in terms of anomalies on the moon, UFOs on the moon, NASA galleries, government cover-ups. Look, the whole thing. We're taking a deep dive tonight, and I guarantee you this will be the best evidence you've ever seen. So it's taken me years to compile this mountain of evidence that we're gonna go over tonight. So I'm incredibly excited for that. So that's number one. Okay, number two, we just wrapped up a documentary. Okay, I don't know which one I'm more excited for. Like Nocturnal NightWave or this documentary with my good friend Darcy Weir. He's an amazing friend, incredibly talented at what he does. We got Brandon Thomas in there, Dave Scott, Spaced Out Radio, and of course Mr. Richard Dolan. All of these guys I have a tremendous amount of respect for, and it was an honor, to be a part of this documentary. Now, a quick summary of the documentary, kind of like tonight's broadcast. It's just going over, all the UFO incidents going back to the Gemini program and getting into the Apollo program from NASA. And that's important because, look, in this field, far too often we see people out there peddling this UFO nonsense with zero proof, zero evidence, with no facts. So, that's we're going to do the exact opposite on Nocturnal NightWave, okay? That's the goal, just like we did in this documentary. So here we go. I'm going to play a trailer from this documentary. It just came out on Amazon. I think it's like $4 or $5, worth every damn penny. So I encourage all of you to go check it out. Here we go.
It would be impossible to keep a secret on something as extraordinary as real UFOs. Are you kidding? NASA, they would love, or SETI, they would love to announce such a finding to the world. In NASA, for example, they've had classified connections there its entire existence.
Speed, Mach 6, 4,104 miles an hour. The highest and fastest a winged aircraft has ever flown.
That there had to be a law established to protect the public and therefore the people.
How the development of, for example, black budget types of structures evolved in the 1940s and 50s, frequently connected with the UFO phenomenon.
The saga of the X-15 and its pilots is marked at the White House as the 4 men who have piloted the plane receive the famed Collier Trophy that is awarded for noted contributions to aviation.
Presidents may not have the need to know on the UFO subject.
It's like they're luminescent. I never saw anything like it. They're coming by the capsule.
Proved that man could fly into orbit around the Earth and return live and well to talk about it.
I just want to quickly go over some of the photographic proof and evidence directly from the NASA archive.
Now, one of the major mission goals for our astronauts in space was to take pictures. That's the simple truth.
On Gemini 4, Ed White became the first American to make an extravehicular activity, EVA, or spacewalk.
Now, due to the fact that NASA reported many mission photos or mission picture archives as lost or destroyed, the public would have been completely in the dark had it not been for the declassification of these incredible VTR transcript documents.
Are any other things from your Gemini mission and they specifically want you to tell, maybe things that weren't in your book countdown?
All right, so there you have it. Secret space UFOs from my good friend Darcy Weir. Again, a big shout out to Richard Dolan, Dave Scott, Brendan Thomas, and all the other people involved in this awesome documentary. So let me kind of give you the outline of tonight's broadcast. Okay, this evening's broadcast. Okay, I'm very excited about it. Basically, I'm going to just include what I think is some of the best evidence for moon anomalies, NASA photographs, GPS satellite photographs, military satellites, just everything that I've collected over the past several years most of it will be included in tonight's video, including the recent 40 millimeter gallery from the Apollo 11 moon landing. Okay, if you believe we landed on the moon. I know every time I say that, I get a ton of comments that, I guess arguing with me that we didn't. So I'm kind of on the fence, to be honest. But, this 40 millimeter gallery, what's unique about it is it's basically it's literally unprocessed NASA photos, okay? Meaning, the photos were taken from the astronauts in 1969, brought back down to Earth, brought to NASA, never developed. They were classified at one point, declassified, and then, these organizations out there like Arizona State University, Earth and Science, and others, it's their job now to upload these, to make a digital copy and upload them to the internet. So it gives us a small window to get in there and find the true anomalies before NASA hides them, okay? And that's literally what I've done. They uploaded this 40 millimeter Apollo 11 gallery online, okay? It was very hard to find, and I went through, I think it's like 387 photos and pulled out the best anomalies that I could find, and we're going to go over them tonight, okay? So also, throughout the video, you're going to see random photographs and pictures and this and that. I'm just throwing the kitchen sink at this video tonight. I'm throwing everything I have at it, so hopefully it can be, your best evidence video. If you have a friend that doesn't believe there's anything on the moon, you can point them to tonight's video, tonight's broadcast, and maybe we can change a few minds out there. So that is the goal of the live broadcast tonight. Okay, so let's start here. Now, these pictures are from the NASA 40 millimeter film gallery that was recently uploaded online, and I'll leave a link below. Basically, I went through, several hundred photographs. It took me weeks, honestly, off and on, and these are the anomalies that I found, including this one right here, this weird, mushroom-shaped UFO. I don't know what else to call it now. This isn't a camera anomaly. This isn't a defect or something like that, because I know a lot of debunkers out there like say, oh no, that's a photographic defect. Well, it's clearly not, okay? Right here, I added just a little bit of a filter to try to bring out more detail. And it reminds me of this UFO video that I covered out of Canada. So let me play a little clip of that, and you guys tell me what you think in the comments. Times while doing all the editing and things like that, and every time I watch it, I find something new. And I can't explain what we're looking at here, so I'm going to do my best tonight. I'm going to shut up. Let's get to the video. Here we go. Okay, so when I found this anomaly in the 40 millimeter archive from NASA, it just reminded me of this UFO from a video I made probably 2 years ago. That's why I'm wearing the Christmas hat. That was an old video. When you put them side by side, it kind of has this bell-shaped, appearance to it. So now let me get into another topic. We know that NASA just has been caught just blatantly, intentionally hiding UFOs from their videos, their live feeds, cutting live feeds from their photographs. It goes all the way back to the late 60s, early 70s, through the ISS program, through the shuttle program, and to this day. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just give you guys a little example of how easy it is to manipulate these photographs and these videos. And this is exactly what NASA does. Okay, so I found this UFO online from a NASA gallery, and I want to show you guys how easy it is right there to make that UFO disappear. This is exactly what NASA does. I can bring it back. In fact, we can add an entirely different UFO to this NASA photograph. We can dim it down right there, change the color. It's incredibly easy. Now, if some guy on YouTube can do this, do you not think NASA can? Of course they can, right? You can add little UFOs, whatever you like. I mean, it's that simple to manipulate these photographs, and that's exactly what NASA has done. Now, this right here, okay, this was another anomaly that I found in the 40 millimeter NASA gallery. Looks like a craft, looks like a UFO, definitely not a photographic defect, okay? And these are exclusive finds that you're not going to find anywhere else. As I mentioned in the opening statement of my video, hopefully you've made it this far. If you're joining us live, welcome. If you're catching the replay, welcome. Leave a comment below, hit that notification bell, follow us on Rumble, Twitter, Nocturnal News UFO on Facebook. We're all over the place. So we have a bigger following off of YouTube than on of YouTube. So, if you guys want the good stuff, follow us on all the multiple platforms. Now, right here, just another example of these anomalies from these Apollo photographs. Now, again, these are not defects. I don't know what they are. I mean, look, here's the thing. When you're on the lunar surface, if you believe, okay, we went to the moon, there shouldn't be anything up there, right? I mean, according to NASA, according to these, this hierarchy of thinking, the scientist, whatever, there should be this vast blackness, but, it seems to be full of these anomalies, like this one right here. What the hell is that? I don't know. And again, if you guys want to see these for yourself, leave a comment below, and I will personally leave you the link. Now, I'm going to leave a lot in the description box, but it would be literally hundreds. So if there's a specific photograph that you want to verify for yourself, in the comments below, let me know, and I promise you, I guarantee you, I will send you a link like this. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, you see this anomaly goes down, it makes a 90-degree angle to the right, to the left, goes back down. I mean, that simply cannot be natural. Okay, rocks don't fall down, make a left, and then make another 90-degree right going south. It doesn't happen. What is this? I don't know. This was in the vastness of the moon blackness out there in space. Okay, looks like a crash-landed UFO right here. And this is one of my favorites. You see this disc to the left and this tunnel to the right. I mean, I think one of the most amazing finds is right there. And of course, there's the NASA photo ID number. You can verify for yourself, okay? Tunnels on the moon. Here we go. What is this? Is this natural? We know in the past there was volcanic activity on the moon, but not now. Okay, not in the present day. So that doesn't look like volcanic activity. And then you see these weird cylinders along this tunnel. Okay, could be an underground base. I don't know. Could be aliens. Who knows? And that's the point of tonight's video. These are truly unknowns. Okay, and again, exclusive to Nocturnal News, Nocturnal NightWave. These are anomalies that I personally found. You're not going to find them anywhere else, okay? Again, another quick look at that. I mean, it goes down, goes left, goes right. What the hell is that? Same thing here. You see what appears to be a roadway going over the mountain ridge and then to this circular pattern. I mean, that can't be, something that impacted the lunar surface. I mean, that is just odd, okay? That looks like something you would make on the beach or something with a stick. I mean, what the hell is that? There's just so many things that I found that I thought was, just incredibly interesting. And again, I think the best evidence that I've seen. And I'm still not even done going through this 40 millimeter gallery from NASA. I have hundreds of more photographs and even entire albums to go through. Look at this unexplainable geography on the lunar surface. I mean, what is this? There's kind of a higher shot right there for you guys. Okay, again, back to this. That's one of my favorites. That's why I keep showing this. It's one of my favorites. Okay, right here, seems to be some type of lunar city inside of this crater. It reminds me of that video I made covering Venus, with the weird cross and the cathedral on Venus. You see this, these signs of past lives and activity on the moon, and it's just amazing. I mean, look at that. That does not look natural. And again, I have not manipulated these photos in any way. They're from the 40 millimeter NASA gallery, and there you go. Now, up next, okay, this is on Google moon. Okay, GPS coordinates right there. Hit pause, take a screenshot. You have to be on a PC. You can't get the, the accurate view from Android or iPhone. So if you do want to pop in those coordinates there, you're going to have to be on a PC. Okay, right here, these weird tic-tac anomalies with these little dots. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little dots. What is that? This V-shaped triangle on the surface of the moon. Again, there's the GPS coordinates. Look for yourself. Simply go download Google Earth, go to Google Moon, put in that coordinates, and you will see this anomaly. These are real anomalies, unexplainable things on the moon. Okay, now this right here has been the only one that I've not been able to verify, but I'm close. Okay, I've been doing a ton of research on exactly where that anomaly was located, and it reminds me of the anomaly that I played in the beginning of the video of the circular craft next to the tunnel. Okay, in this one, you guys have probably seen this tower on the moon. I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to include it. And of course, I know you guys have seen this one too. These are just moon anomalies, again, that I want to pack into this video because I want to get as much proof and evidence as we possibly can into one video, into one night. Okay. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to play past videos that I've made covering moon anomalies, or at least segments of past videos. Okay. Right here, again, you see, I mean, what is this? That is not natural. That looks like a past civilization, like that was intelligently made. Okay, here's another weird anomaly from the 40 millimeter gallery. What is this? Okay, looks like a flying craft, like a UFO, like a disc. Okay, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And here's the thing. This is an important cliff note, okay? If only one of these anomalies are real, okay, we've broke through the ceiling, right? I mean, I'm going to show you hundreds tonight, but if only one single anomaly is real, is authentic, and we can verify, then that means we're not alone. Or at a bare minimum, our government has lied to us and we've been on the moon before, other than, the Gemini program, the Apollo program, and now the Artemis program. Maybe it was the Soviet Union, could have been China, who knows? I mean, but there is signs. There's not even signs. I'm going to call it factual proof of past activity on the moon that is outside of the general public knowledge. Okay, that's my point of tonight. Look at this anomaly again. You see the craft, you see the tunnel. So what I did, you notice 6223, the first one, 6221, 6227. That is the series of photographs in the 40 millimeter Apollo 11 gallery, just to add further proof that this is something real. You see 6221. Okay, whenever the astronauts are up there, they're taking these photographs in order, kind of like you do with your iPhone. Picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when you see an anomaly on photograph number 1, for example, okay, hypothetically, you want to check, photograph number 2 and number 3 and number 4. And that's a telltale sign if it's a photographic defect or if it's just a rock that happened to look like something that it's not. But in this case, we have 4 or 5 different photographs that's showing the same exact anomaly. Okay, that's just 100% proof. And remember this guy, this photograph here, guys. It was circulating Twitter. Now, I've not verified this, but it did remind me of this. Okay, you see the disc with the smaller circle on top. I mean, that's your classic flying saucer. You see the shadow to the right, and the photograph on the left right there is from the Disclosure Project right here. And of course, the one on the right was from the 40 millimeter NASA gallery. UFO incident. I just want to quickly go over some of the photographic proof and evidence directly from the NASA archives. And like always, I will provide the NASA photo gallery ID numbers to every single photograph so you can verify them for yourself. Now, we all know the truth. The simple fact of the matter is NASA has been hiding the truth about this UFO incident since 1966, along with countless other UFO incidents. I believe NASA is slowly drip feeding the general public the truth about UFOs surrounding these various space programs going all the way back to the 60s and probably even the late 40s post Roswell.
I was interested in how the whole process functioned, how the data got from the lunar orbiter to the laboratory. I asked the young man if he'd describe the process to me. He did. About 30 minutes into the process, he said to me, in a very distressed way, by the way, we've discovered a base on the backside of the moon. And then he proceeded to put photographs down in front of me, and clearly in these photographs were structures, mushroom-shaped buildings,
NASA can no longer hide what they have tried so hard to desperately cover up.
At that point, I was very concerned.
The proof of NASA's secrets has become overwhelming. We've heard witness testimony of former NASA employees coming forward admitting they were paid to edit, crop, and delete any UFO-related photographs from the NASA archive.
During downtime, which was between missions, and I walked into a photo lab, which was the NASA lab across the hallway. I had a secret clearance, which is not that high, but I was able to go into restricted areas, which this was. At the time, I was talking to one of the techs in there, and he drew my attention to a photograph, a NASA photograph. It had a dot on it, and I said, "What is that?" Well, he drew my attention to it, and I said, "Is that a dot on the emulsion?" And he said, and he's smiling, and he has his hands crossed, and he said, round dots on the emulsion don't leave round shadows on the ground. And this was an aerial photograph of it, that it was kept secret because I asked him, "What are you going to do with this piece of information?" And he said, "We always airbrush these out. We always airbrush these out before we sell them to the public."
Got lost in the park on Wednesday while hiking with his 66-year-old daughter, Rebecca Huffman. When Hamilton was too weak to continue, his daughter walked to safety the next morning and called for help. On Sunday, she came back to the park and handed police this picture she drew of a mysterious concrete structure.
All right, moving forward again, welcome if you're joining us live this evening. Here's a few pictures from the documentary of the anomalies that we found throughout the Gemini program. And what we're looking at here is from my last video. Okay, this is some type of anomaly. I don't know what it is, from the NASA Apollo 11 40 millimeter gallery that I keep talking about because it's one of the most amazing finds I've ever found or ever seen. You know, it's incredible. And again, I still have hundreds and hundreds of photos to go through. So now let's kind of shift gears here. Recently, I went to NASA and I had access, or I was granted access to visit the Lunar Sample Vault. Now, what we're looking at here, these are real moon rocks. Again, you know, if you believe we went to the moon, okay, this is the Lunar Vault at NASA in Houston, Texas, that I've been to twice now, 2 times, and these are apparently samples brought down you know, from the different NASA missions, Apollo 11 all the way to 17 or 16 rather, I think is all they have. And you know, I thought it was amazing, like right there, this lunar dust. I mean, look guys, this right here, okay, this shows you how deep I get into this. I mean, not only do I go through the NASA archives, not only, you know, has my family worked for NASA for generations, going all the way back to the Gemini program, late 60s, I go to NASA and I try to figure this stuff out. You know, I try to look at these moon samples and say, is that real? Is that fake? Are they lying to us? You know, I mean, I do everything I can, everything humanly possible to bring you guys the best proof and evidence, you know, including, you know, basically spying on NASA, okay? So, you know, but I wanted to include this because it is moon related. Now, here is another exhibit they have set up at NASA, and right here, no stars in the lunar sky. Now remember, we've heard conflicting stories from different astronauts saying, oh yeah, that the sky is full of stars, you know, when you're on the moon or on the ISS. But right here, clearly NASA says no, there's no stars, you know, if you're on the moon. So, you know, that tells me if there's no stars, well, then the anomalies that we are presenting to you tonight, well, they have to be UFOs, because according to NASA, there's no stars. Reminds me of the Tic Tac craft, you know, and of course, you know, a moon base right here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this video play out, guys. And by the way, please go check out my last NASA video because it's being throttled. Thank you.
In mid-1965, I was loaned to the Lunar Orbiter project at NASA on Langley Field. Dr. Colley was in charge of that project. They had problems with a piece of electronic equipment that was bottlenecking their production of photographs. I went to the facility, and when I walked into the facility, there were scientists from all over the world. I was stunned, actually, to see people at a NASA project from all over the world. It didn't make any sense to me initially. I was taken into the laboratory where the equipment was malfunctioning. I couldn't repair it in the dark. I asked to have it removed. Airman second class was in the dark room at that time. I was also an airman second class. I was interested how the whole process functioned, how the data got from the lunar orbiter to the laboratory. I asked the young man if he'd describe the process to me. He did. About 30 minutes into the process, he said to me, in a very distressed way, by the way, we've discovered a base on the backside of the moon. And then he proceeded to put photographs down in front of me, and clearly in these photographs were structures, mushroom-shaped buildings, spherical buildings, and towers. And at that point I was very concerned because I knew we were working on compartmentalized security. He had breached security, and I was actually frightened at that moment, and I did not question.
Okay, coming up next, I'm going to play you guys clips of videos that I made in the past covering these different moon anomalies, because I think it's important to kind of include these in the full package tonight. So we're going to play some clips, and then at the end of the video, we can go through a few more photographs and things like that. And, you know, I do want to say, again, I know I've probably said it 100 times tonight, but if you're joining us live tonight, or you're, you know, watching the video after it was uploaded, thank you for being here. You know, this is how you support the real UFO researchers in this community, simply by watching, leaving a comment, telling me hello, just type a dot, anything, you know, hitting the like button. Those small acts of kindness go a long way.
Approaches the Great Lakes area. This a view of Chicago, and also some ice crystals or other items being illuminated by the rising sun. Atlantis moving into sunrise. This a view of Chicago, and also some ice crystals or other items being illuminated. Some ice crystals or other items being illuminated by the rising sun. Atlantis moving into sunrise. Sunrise as it approaches the Great Lakes area.
protected.
We are now well into the countdown at approximately 3 minutes before liftoff.
Pressurization. Go, Atlas. Go, Centaur. Atlas autopilot. Go. Centaur autopilot. Go. Launch director. Go.
Dynamic shroud is off and Grand Bahama is tracking.
Okay, another image that I found while looking at the 50-year-old NASA photo gallery. You see a smoke plume coming up from the surface of the flippin' moon. Like, what in the hell is that? Now it gets better. I zoomed in. As always, there is some type of orb, UFO. Guys want to verify any image or any video, including that one, the GPS coordinates can be found either on the image or I can leave them below. For example, again, that tic-tac craft right there. That moon anomaly, by the way, NASA tried to hide that. You have to go to Google Moon and put it in mosaic mode, okay, in order to find it. They blurred it out. Now right here, this
Just a quick message here, and a thanks, really, to my man at Nocturnal News, who has been posting videos lately, kind of giving you guys a more in-depth sort of explanation as to what's going on. Okay, so there you have it, Nocturnal News. And so I'll be collabing with him in the future, as I am with many others. We have Dr. Greer coming on for an interview in coming weeks. And lastly today, I want to feature another user's channel who goes by the name of Nocturnal News. Now, this guy, his name is Tracy. I've known him for years. Again, he's just another guy trying to find answers. And so, you know, I told him I'd shout him out. And so here is a clip he put together of his channel. And yeah, he's basically just doing the same thing I am. We're all looking for answers. So check out this clip.
Nocturnal News. I put together a clip. All right, so in closing, I hope you enjoyed tonight's live premiere, Moon Anomalies. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end tonight's broadcast with just some photos, screenshots that I've taken over the years of different moon anomalies that I think you're going to find very interesting. Some of them are exclusive, some of them I found online. Some of them are from the NASA galleries. They're just all over the place. But again, like I always say, every single photograph in tonight's video is 100% verifiable. NASA archives, government websites. And again, I'm going to say it again. I don't mean to sound repetitive, but if just one of these anomalies are real, then we've broke the case, right? We are vindicated. That's proof that we're not alone in this universe. And another reminder, Nocturnal NightWave, again, we're going to be doing these live shows every week. There'll be a new topic every week. As we stated earlier, could be Roswell, could be TR-3Bs, could be government documents, whatever it may be. I'm going to do my best to bring you the best evidence possible. And again, that is the goal of Nocturnal NightWave. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.